guys, got my top 15 demos and EPs to follow up from my top 50 albums of the year. So, doing the kind of best of thing again, but I wanted to give some recognition to smaller bands who maybe didn't put out a full length or, starting out. I'm really sick, so if I sound and look like shit, that is why. It's mainly going to be on tape, of course, with demos, but that is the nature of the beast. So first up, my buddy's Peasant, featuring two very prolific people, Proctor and Mr. Blackwood in the UK scene. They play in tons of killer bands, and I think Peasant is probably my favourite of the lot. Really good old school kind of Burzum-y black metal, really cold, really down to earth, stripped back in how I think it should be. I know I mentioned most of these, in fact, probably on my 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should series, but yeah, definitely Peasant deserves to be on here. Another interesting release is Astroferus with some kind of quite weird, I don't know how to describe it, just really kind of estranged death metal. It's really unearthly, it's really grimy and gritty, powered by Meisako and Ojo Records. On that one came out on Blackwood Productions and Stoic Strength, which is the two members' bands. Yeah, it's just really good, nasty death metal, as Meisako and Ojo often deliver. Really dig this. Next up, some more death metal, but sort of this Burial. They've just dropped another demo. I only have this one on Dismal Fate Records. Yeah, I am right there. It's really cool. It's just like Death Doom, which I love, but it uses the HM2 kind of sweet death guitar tone, which I really enjoy. Lovecraftian themes as well, so really ticking all the boxes in terms of what I like from death metal, and they absolutely nail it. So Burial, definitely a good band to listen to. Next up, for some speed metal, Bloodlust, or some Black Thrash, however you want to call it. This is their new demo stroke EP. I'm not really sure how you want to call it, because the recording quality, in my opinion, is actually pretty good. I really like this. It's really fun, in your face, kind of like Destroyer 666, just aggressive, maddening, extreme metal, and I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff, as we all know. Some more death metal. A lot of this is going to be death metal. It's been a really good year for it, but again on Meisako and Ojo Records, the latest Torso demo, completely like analog, recorded on 4 tracks and stuff, which I thought was really cool. It's just really filthy, murky, pummeling, evil music, and I really dig this one. It's probably one of the ones I've played the most from this little list. And some more murky death metal with Sedimentum, just entitled Demo, on Iron Bonehead Productions. Really great thing to come out with. It's got that cavernous, evil, slightly discordant feel to it, and it's just really damn good death metal. Now for some slightly punkier death metal from Chthonic Deity. This is just killer. It's really interesting to see. So there's obviously been a lot of these slower, kind of doomier kind of death metal. See something, I mean, there is that kind of stuff on here, but it's got a more kind of punky swagger, I guess, to it that I really enjoy. It's really kind of wake you up kind of listen. This is on Carbonized and Woodsmoke Records, 7-inch vinyl, of course. Yeah, definitely gonna see this on a lot of lists, I believe, from Chthonic Deity. Do some CDs next. So one of my favourite bands from the Quebec scene, Monarch, with their new 3-track EP on Sepulchral Productions. As per usual with Monarch, you're just getting some stunning atmospheric black metal, but in a really piercing way that's not too dissimilar to the Finnish and French scenes here in Europe, and really is just stunning black metal, but in a way that has plenty of grain to it as well. Next, of course, they're on here, Hellripper, Reaper Metal Productions, Black Arts and Alchemy. I've been repping this all year with the long sleeve shirt, talking about this a fair bit. Absolutely adore this album. It's really killer, black thrash speed kind of stuff. New albums coming out next year on Peaceville, which is really cool. I talked to James a fair bit, and he was really excited to make the announcement. It's well deserved. That dude's worked so hard, touring religiously, putting out killer releases like this one, and I'm sure the new album is going to be amazing from the clips and stuff I've heard. And until then, this is definitely one all the speed freaks need to have. Black Arts and Alchemy is ferocious. Next up, some kind of satanic War Master worship, which is never a bad thing, from Grabenhold with Unter dem Banner der Toten. My German is shit, we've been through this one before. It's great 4-track EP of just cold Finnish style black metal. Really like this one. It's pretty short, but in that time you do get some like scathing atmospherics and stuff, and I really like this style of black metal a lot. And now for a trio of demos from Maggot Stomp. First up with Frozen Soul. Killer demo, kind of Mortician style death metal. In fact, there is a Mortician cover on here. Really brutal, really kind of bludgeoning stuff. Love it. Now my probably favourite death metal demo, Sanguisugabog with Pornographic Seizures. This is just ridiculously heavy, thudding caveman riffs, pounding drums, snarly vocals. It is exactly what you'd want from something that looks like this. Absolutely fucking horrible. Most vomitous thing you will hear this year. And finally from Maggot Stomp, Rotted, Dying to Rot, which I actually enjoyed more than the album. I have the album as well. Really good, but this is just absolutely killer, especially with the bass tone that's really Mortician style. Again, just classic, good caveman style death metal. Now for the penultimate one, which is Bat's new EP, Wild Fever. Oh, sorry, Ecstasy. Wild Fever being the track that I listen to all the time. Really catchy. If you like stuff like Bewitcher and Midnight, then this will be right up your street. It's really good stuff. Obviously, Ryan from Municipal Waste plays in this band, but unlike so much with Cannabis Corpse and Iron Reagan, they don't actually seem to sort of use that as a advertising strategy. And out of the 4 bands, Bat is by far my favourite. I absolutely adore this stuff. It's just, this is to me what speed metal should feel like. It's sleazy, it's fun, it's got some kind of tongue-in-cheek cringiness, and to me that just makes it all the more easy to take seriously in a way, because they don't take themselves super seriously. And now for my demo stroke EP of the year on Death Cult Productions. Of course, it's going to be Lamp of Murmur. This is the second demo. There's a new one out as well, which is great from what I've heard. Haven't listened to it all yet. I need to get that. But yeah, for those of us who were lucky enough to get a copy of this, it did sell out incredibly quickly. Thanks to Dan for meeting up with me at Bloodstock and selling me one of these. Dissonant, harsh, Black Silas vibes coming through, old school as fuck, completely analog kind of sound, very staticky, very nasty, and in my opinion this is the heart of what black metal is about, and this is what it should sound like. So that will be my 15 demos and EPs this year. There's tons of other great ones, of course, as with the albums of the year stuff. There's plenty of stuff I was sad to miss out and not include in the video, but otherwise I would be doing these sort of, there'd be an endless stream. It'd be like a 7-hour video if I could say everything I like this year, and every year really. So I've got enough stuff for the next 10 metal bands you haven't should, and nearly enough for the one after that, so there is going to definitely be one episode very soon and one pretty soon. I'll get on with that ASAP. I'm going to try and feel a bit better because I feel fucking disgusting at the minute, and I'm trying my best to not be revolting on here, but if I am, blame Sanguisugabog and stay metal.